versus Excessive versus VXX. Okay. All right, we're going into picks and bans now. It seems.
Oh, and immediately off the bat, from my client, it looks like nobody's connected. Very
Oh
interesting.
yeah, it'll take a little bit.
14 seconds, and here they are doing the Elise ban. I'm not sure. I've seen the previous game from Excessive, but I was not watching the other game by BDG, so I don't know much about them. Did you catch any of that?
I didn't. However, I know. Let me see. Yeah, I know literally everyone in this game on a almost personal level, so I can definitely see the Elise ban. I know. I'm Losing Sleep is probably their top laner. He plays a lot of Elise. He's definitely good at it. Akali, that's no surprise. I know Suck. I'll just call him Sook. Sook plays a lot of Akali, as well as Verbman. So.
All right, since you know these guys on a personal level, do you think that there's some rivalry going between any of these characters? Do you think
yeah, I mean, there's always going to be. I know Wholesale and Jerickson and Sook. They they all play together a lot. I mean, Wholesale and Sook live in the same house as Glory Swole, or Swole, as I like to call him. As Swole. So there's definitely, I mean, a little bit that I'm pretty sure this team was forged out of we needing more teams for this tournament. But it's definitely be interesting. We have a lot of high level of play on each side, so I'm curious as to see what comes out of this. Alright, and here we have he's hovering over Nasus, and goes ahead and picks that. I know Parasomniac has been loving Nasus recently. Nasus jungle, very strong, very tanky. Jungler can really take down those objectives. And the Thresh pick by Jerickson is nothing of surprise at all. He's almost been exclusively playing Thresh the past couple, pretty much since release, if I remember correctly. So.
I'm sad to see it not go onto, oh my god, it's Dave's, because last game his Thresh was actually amazing, landing every single death sentence onto that Lulu in bot lane. You missed this, but it was Glorious Woe and, oh my god, Dave's on Draven and Thresh, and they were just massacring the Lulu in that bot lane. Lulu and Caitlyn just catching her out every time, getting 3 kills under 7 minutes in that game, and just snowballing from there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised at all. They, OMG, or I just call him Dews. Dews is definitely a very high-skilled support. I've known that Swole and Dews have duo-queued a lot together. They work very well together, and they both just know how to play their lane. And I'm sensing some trolling here, coming with the pick of Ahri. Unless he's picking that up for the mid lane. Oh, no, and here we switch. See the switch to Vayne. They took away... they didn't actually take away. I'm very surprised he hasn't gone on the Draven yet. But we have Sook on Graves. Graves Thresh is a very strong lane. I know that he can play Graves very, very well. So it'll be interesting to see how the Graves Thresh plays against the Leona. Because the Leona is very, very, all in initiating. Here we see him going with the Twitch, which is, I'm very excited. I haven't actually seen him play Twitch lately. However, I know Season 1, Season 2, Twitch was one of his absolute favorite champions. So now that, Twitch is somewhat viable, I'm interested to see how this Leona Twitch plays out, and with that Zenith Blade into the Dawnbreaker combo, and then you have, the Venomous Cask into the Poison, how that's a lot of damage that's coming out very quickly. And, the Leona combo is a little bit easier to land than the Thresh combo, so... it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out.
And extremely. I haven't done much research on Glorious Wall, but I did check his match history, and out of the previous so many games of Twitch that he's played, he's done incredibly well in all of them, securing over 10 kills in pretty much every game. 11-3, 10-2, like a lot of the games he's doing phenomenal on Twitch. And it was actually banned last game when they specifically chose to ban out his Twitch and Vayne, but he did incredibly well on that Draven, and I'm interested in see how well he does on this Twitch.
Yeah, definitely. I really have confidence that he'll be doing well. Here on the other side, we have the Jace pick top lane, which is very, Jace is super strong right now. He's very good, very hard to move in lane. But he also has that kill potential. So he's not a Nasus or Cho'Gath who, kind of just sits top lane and farms all game. He can do that. He can just sit and farm, but it's going to be a lot more dangerous on Jace than it is on some of those other champions. And the fact that he can get those early kills to really help him snowball will definitely help a lot. And the jungles in Zhao, I feel like will work really well with all of these teams. They have a lot of hard engage right now. I'm seeing a lot of hard engage from both teams actually. With that Xin Zhao jungle, he gets red buff at level 3, he's ganking lanes, or he can even level 2 gank.
Oh, and blue team hovering over Diana and Renekton. I love this. This is like the all-in jump team. The Renekton slice nice in the Lunar Rush from Diana. Oh, looks, it's changing to a Cho'Gath at the last second.
I think that's a good move on their part. While Aereo, he's very, very, very skilled with Renekton. I feel like with Renekton, he likes to play him a little bit more damage oriented. So I feel like maybe Renekton would have cost their team some beefiness. Whereas with the Cho'Gath, he can farm up, he can get those items, and he can literally just be the front line. So he'll have the front line between the Leona and the Cho'Gath and the Nasus, and you'll be able to let Twitch and Deanna can kind of just do their things, and they'll have the necessary peels. Whereas if you look at Purple Team, they don't really have that front line. I mean, they have Thresh, but Thresh can only get so tanky. Jace tends to just stay in the back and poke, and then goes in when he needs to. The Xin Zhao, and if they take the Renekton, that's your front line, but that's going to be dangerous because both of those champions really love to just dive towards the back line of the enemy team. So once that happens, and you have those other three who are able to just jump up to your back line, it's kind of, it'll be interesting to see how each team sort of plays.
And the Renekton being picked up, I guess they're sending Jace mid, or who exactly is the mid player from Purple Team? You said I'm Losing Sleep is most likely their top laner, so is it top lane Jace mid Renekton? I'm not sure what's going down here.
I mean, I would put more pressure on top Renekton and mid Jace. I would agree with that. I mean, Wholesale is notorious for playing just random champions in mid lane. And I was just informed that Losing Sleep was actually mid last game. He's like, so it's probably the same. So I mean, that's probably what it is right now. We have the Jace going mid. We have the Renekton top, which I'm interested to see how this Jace plays against this Deanna. I feel like that's going to be a very, very aggressive lane for both. You're going to have those Qs coming out from the Deanna, just trying to harass, but at the same time, Jace is almost the king of harassment here in the game. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. And we go into delay.
I think Jace has a little bit harder time in mid lane. While his range form is useful for poking and trading, like he can't use his Shockwave Blast as effectively as in the top lane, where there's a long lane and a wide curve where he's just able to snipe somebody down. Mid lane's a little more straightforward, and if he pushes a little bit too far to the side, try to get a good Shockwave Blast past the minions to hit Diane, he might get caught out by that Nasus, and it wouldn't be too great for him. I do like this top lane matchup, both incredibly tanky tops, Renekton and Cho'Gath, and we're just gonna see. I'm hoping Cho'Gath just try to farm up, bide his time, and then feast, slowly gathering up those stacks up until that mid game fight, where hopefully he'll have 6 stacks and just provide a lot of utility with those silences and ruptures in the team fights.
Yeah, knowing Wholesale fairly well, he's going to punish that lane. That is going to be his job. He will try and push Cho'Gath out of lane. He's basically just going to be the bully that Renekton is. And I'm really, Renekton has kind of been Aereo's forte. So, I'm kind of surprised or upset that, he didn't take it lately. But I almost feel like he maybe baited this out a little bit. He's like, I'll take Renekton. Probably not. I'll let you have Renekton Wholesale. It's fine. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how that matchup plays out. I really think all of these different lanes are going to be, just super interesting to see, the strategy that each team puts into it.
Nasus or Nasus?
Nasus.
Nas.
That's how I pronounce it.
Nasus. Alright, just talking about the team comps. Blue team with that just AoE CC, Leona, and Cho'Gath, and just the damage from Twitch, spray and pray. I really like if they get a good engage, if they get a good rupture off in the backline, and just further cascade that. I'm hoping we'll be able to just instantly just provide tons of damage from this switch going on to everybody. And if they have the right engage, I want to say the game will go to them. But we cannot count out this bruiser purple side and their Jace for Nexon. If they are able to pick out Twitch or take out the carries before that engage goes down, I'm confident in their ability to just steamroll blue team.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. And something I'd like to point out quickly is with the amount of CC that's on purple team, I'm very surprised to see Twitch going with barrier as opposed to the cleanse. I mean, you have the Thresh Death Sentence, you have the Grave Smoke Screen, you have the knockback and slow that's on Jace, you have the Ruthless Predator on Renekton, you have the Crescent, I forget what his E.
Crescent Sweep?
Crescent Sweep, yeah. You have the Crescent Sweep on Xin Zhao, the slow and the knock-up. So with all these CC, I'm very surprised to see him go barrier against this team.
And we are going to go ahead and switch to the overlay for in-game. And now we get to see the skin war. Gotta love skin war. Yeah. Glory and his brother Enwo are gonna probably be the last ones to load into this game again. Yeah. As last game. Playing from home sweet home, and internet. Just from the borders, it looks like a pretty even lineup. I know Ensol and Glory Soul, Glory Soul, Glory Soul and Enwo both have plat borders from last season, but we do see that Sook also having, and Renekton, a fairly good matchup, about even in terms of borders. Just a little bit of advantage going in Season 2 outlines to blue team. But I hope this match will be an interesting match to watch.
Yeah, I wouldn't almost be surprised if we see maybe a little bit more heavy focused, just because of the personal relations. Maybe a more heavy, a heavier focus on diving for that Twitch and trying to kill him. I wouldn't be surprised to see more. They may lose the team fight, but it's a win for them because Twitch died.
I do have chat disabled, so you're going to have to tell me if they say worth.
Oh, I will.
Oh, man. And that Graves taking that cleanse, he will be able to get away from a lot of the CC, but if they are able to stack it up all up on him while it is down on cooldown, having a pretty long cooldown for a summoner, he could be taken out.
Yeah, and I think it was really how we mentioned how the purple team has the bruiser side. Literally every single one of their characters is a bruiser. I wouldn't consider any of them a tank by any means. Thresh is, he's a bruiser support, where he has that death sentence cooldown. It's very or not the cooldown, and here we have a pause.
My mini map is not working. What is?
Oh.
Wait, what? Why is my mini map not working? Is yours mini map working?
Yes.
Does anyone else see this? We might have a problem here. I can't actually see. Oh god.
Huh. Oh well.
Welcome to Silent
Oh god. I'm gonna have an extremely hard time.
Yeah, I'll try and direct a little bit of where to look.
I can't tell where anyone is on the map. I'm just gonna leave this up to the directed camera, and hopefully it will guide me to the right fights. But right now,
hopefully.
Thresh going down toward that tri-bush where Twitch and Leona are waiting for him. They are gonna gain vision of those pair. Oh, I cannot commentate. This is far too difficult. What exactly do you do when
well, you might be able to try and I'm not sure if you could disconnect and reconnect to the game.
I could, but we might lose a little bit.
Minions have spawned.
All right, we're gonna try that. I cannot. We're gonna lose a little bit of the time here.
You can say you might be able to try alt tabbing and then alt tab back in.
Reconnecting. Hopefully, I just left the game and reconnected. Hopefully, I'll get back in before any major action happens. But we're gonna count on you for the play-by-play while we're waiting.
All right.
Everything loading up extremely fast. I'll be there in like 10 seconds, 7 seconds.
Okay. Well, I mean, not much going on. We just have the protection on purple side. For the Xin Zhao taking wolves, and here we have the NASA starting red buff. Coming in, the Diana is going back up top, and we see the Twitch and Leona coming in to help with that red buff. Looks like they might be trying to go for a Smiteless, will be very good. That way he could be able to feed that blue buff mid lane.
And I am back in.
Okay, excellent.
Xin Zhao taking a lot of damage, but it is Xin Zhao's. Auto attacks will heal him back up. He did get a Smiteless there, and so did Nasus. So both junglers. Last game we saw Nasus just take the lead because Volibear did not, in fact, get a Smiteless, and he did not start Wolves, so he was significantly behind from the beginning. But we're not going to see that here. Both junglers clearing their jungle camps extremely fast. Nasus actually rushing for that blue buff rather than.
And I'm really interested to see if maybe he doesn't give this to Deanna. Maybe he just takes that himself. Starts with the red buff, goes to the blue buff, and maybe he'll try and get the gank on top lane.
Some aggression going down bottom. The damage coming out from Twitch, just poking. I hope that we'll see an engage as soon as Leona hits level 2. Both supports having warded the other bush. I want to see how aggressive this bot lane. Oh, and the death sentence going on to Leona. He's going to have a lot of damage jumping onto Graves, providing this. No,
however, ooh, wow. And here I see the flash from Graves come out. Or a Thresh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I do believe they were able to burn the Renekton's flash up top in a simultaneous gank as action was going on bottom. Xin Zhao actually jumping on alone onto this Nasus. I'm not sure that was a great idea with his top laner being so low. It's Renekton down to less than 200 HP, and they're deciding to engage. I'm not sure this is a great idea, and it wasn't. Renekton being taken down by the Nasus, who did return for that counter gank. Meanwhile, bot lane, Twitch and Leona pressuring Thresh and Graves to their tower. Just Swole being as aggressive as he was in the last game, despite having, despite not having the Thresh, not having that 2-second CC from that death sentence.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as he has any form of CC support, whether it be Lux, Leona, Taric, Thresh, I know Deuce does not play Blitzcrank, but even if he had, a Blitzcrank or something like that, he's going to do well. They really like to pull that CC and then, just even harass a little bit. They're not looking for kills, they're looking for as much harass as they possibly can. So, it's really all about that. Whittle down your opponents, and then go in for that all-in, rather than try and get that burst down.
We're going to see some aggression going on to this Diana mid. Jace using his range form to just apply a little bit of pressure to Diana. Both players' farms are actually pretty equivalent. Jace being about 7 ahead right now, so he does have a small advantage here. Go ahead and rearrange this layout just to provide all the rows to their respective fights.
Something interesting I'd like to point out, we see the Diana, a typical mid lane AP champion, has started with the red pot. So looks like maybe he's looking to get some early aggression onto this Jace. With that red pot, maybe bait out a fight and then can pop that red pot, get the extra damage, and then go right in for the kill.
Ping is going to go down bot lane. Are they going to go in? Twitch stealth in. They are going to jump on the support. Not a lot of damage going on to him, but he is down low. Less than 100 HP. One more auto attack, and it is enough. And Graves being forced out of the fight. Blue team, Twitch, picking up a kill on Thresh. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks as though Nasus is standing right in the ward, wanting to gank this Jace, who is positioning himself pretty far away, giving it away that there might be a ward in that bush.
Yeah, definitely. And here I see him, he says, alright, well, I can't gank, so I'm going to go up and I'm going to take a race. Which will be interesting, because it looks like Xin Zhao is about to go down there himself, but, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do much here. It looks like he's going to try and go in. Dives in, Crescent Sweep, looking for it, but that Wither is just very, very strong. But here we see the Jace going in, too, coming in with the hammers. but Deanna is just there in time, so I don't think they're going to be going in on this fight.
Ooh, and Diana actually using her skills and not actually hitting anyone. The shield and the CC AoE fall in. Oh, but they are going to engage onto this mid lane. Nos is going extremely low. The Ignite and the auto attack are going to get that. They're able to knock Diana away. She's not able to do anything. Despite having no, or very low mana, Jace is able to pick up that kill. Ooh, and we see the gold somewhat just stay at that 300 advantage going from first blood to blue team, but consistently right now 7 minutes in, not as much as a stomp as last game. XsV having a pretty even match so far with BDG. Top lane, Cho'Gath taken extremely low, but Nas is taking a tower hit. He is going to go down. Cho'Gath, the sustain, he will not die.
Luckily, though, I mean, for him, though, you know,
Bot
it's
lane,
glad
gonna
that
see some
he at least
aggression.
got executed on that.
Bot lane seeing some aggression. Twitch going in stealth. Leona jumping on and up. They're gonna keep doing that strategy. Twitch is just gonna go up, stand behind the support, just wait for Leona to engage for him, and then appear out of nowhere, immediately nuking him down with all the damage that Twitch provides in that lane. 2 kills up, 51 farm. He has about 15 farm ahead of this Graves already. A BF sword on that longsword that Graves has picked up. Just. A lot of damage is gonna go out from Twitch. Only 7 minutes 50 seconds in, and already building that, building into that bloodthirster that I'm pretty sure he's gonna rush. And blue team actually
definitely
gonna steal that blue buff from purple side.
Oh wow, definitely. If he gets this early, if he keeps up with these early kills, it's
Xin Zhao going for a gank onto Diana mid. Jace going onto the fight. Jace is extremely low, but Diana can't engage. Nos is coming in trying to help him, but they both disengage. Jace less than 200 HP, but they're not going to be able to finish him off. Diana actually staying here a little bit long, but there's not much he can do to prevent that. Whew. Oh, how do you think this game is going to play out, given the aggression that blue team has already given so far? 2 kills ahead. They're only about 8k ahead. Xin Zhao going down to gank this bot lane. They do have vision of him coming in.
I definitely think that their aggression is going to play out for them. We're seeing a lot of the heavy ganks coming in from Nasus, where he needs to be. You know, he's kind of always been there in those clutch times. But here we see them going down on bottom. They're almost going to kill Twitch, but they can't see him. Graves almost going down, flashing in on top of it.
But Jace coming in.
Auto attacks.
The shock blast finishing off Twitch from the range. Leona by herself versus 2. Are they going to be able to get the CC onto her? It's not enough. Jace taking extremely low, but there's no response from blue team. They are not in a position to help that bot lane. Leona might actually try to engage onto this Thresh. He is extremely low. This blade not quite on the cooldown that he needs yet. Oh, and he's just out of range. Oh, and Xin Zhao in the jungle being being caught out a bit there. What button did I click there? There we go. Xin Zhao being caught out here, being withered by Nasus, but Nasus not going to be able to slow him down just enough. He is going to pop his ult and try to take him down. Diana coming in from the back. I'm not sure she's going to be able. She is going to use her Lunar Rush to jump in, but she didn't have that stack from her Crescent, and it's not going to be able to be used again. Xin Zhao getting away, Crescent Sweep. Nos is trying to dive, but not a good idea with that Graves coming in to support. They're a little bit deep in the jungle now. Nos is being extremely low on mana. He does have that blue buff, but they don't want to fight this with the full front of purple team going up to back them. Just lane bully, as you had stated earlier, despite the sustain that Cho'Gath brings, he's just pushing him into his tower.
Yeah, definitely. We see Cho'Gath has definitely tried to you know, deal with that. We see the Ninja Tabby out, we see the cloth armor, but it doesn't really matter when you're Renekton. You know, is obviously rushing that Brutalizer with the double longsword and the boots. You know, Renekton has, you know, he has a little bit of sustain himself, not nearly as much as Cho'Gath, but when you're outputting that much more damage, you know, it's sustain doesn't really even come into a factor when in the lane. And we see Cho'Gath going back. You know, he's low mana. He's about half health, so he's just going to let Renekton farm up this lane while he has to go back.
And we are going to see Renekton go ahead and push that minion wave into the tower. No response from blue team. Their jungler is in their bottom jungle. There's not going to be much they can do. Renekton will do some damage to this tower. I would rather see him take that farm, and he is going to go ahead and try to do that. Bot lane, Twitch just providing a lot of poke against this Graves, being so far ahead in damage. Thresh is really going to need to have a good engage onto the Twitch to really prevent him from continuing to snowball. They don't really want to go in Leona. Leona is just a little bit too tanky for that. But if they do get a good engage onto Twitch and able to nuke him down, they might be able to recover. It looks like Diana wants to go in for a gank. Oh, he's going behind the bush. Oh, they are aware. Purple team is aware that it's coming in. Thresh coming in over, warding that bush. Are they going to jump in? The Crescent does go on, down onto Thresh. The Solar Flare going down on Graves. Oh, and double kill. But in return, Leona is going to go down. Completely worth it. Jace coming in. He's not going to be able to do much. He is against 2 carries by himself. Oh, not Jace. Xin Zhao is going to go in. He is against 2 carries by himself. Jace in the mid lane trying to push it in. But Nasus was there to prevent that tower from actually taking any damage. And Cho'Gath just pushing into this top lane where Renekton went back.
That was definitely a very good good dive on their part. You know, they had the CC to go and do the burst and manage to get out. And, you know, while Leona did die, if there was anyone to die in that fight, you know, it's worth it, you know, for that Leona to die. I mean, she's not going to be much, be worth any gold at all. So, you know, it's not like you're ending a spree and you're getting 500 gold. You know, you're going to get, I don't know, 25, 30 gold out of that kill. You know, you might as well kill the minion instead.
Do you think SSV is like focusing on a feed the Twitch strategy going here, similar to like the CLG strategy, feed the double lift and just let him carry? Because it looks like they're applying a lot of pressure to this bot lane and only this bot lane. Just 5-1 already. Twitch becoming a monster and actually aggressing onto the dragon area. They're clearing up wards with pinks and. Oh, and the Wither goes on to Jace. He might be caught out of here. Diana is over that wall, but Xin Zhao comes in. Will he be able to save him? No, it's a 4v2. I'm not sure he will. A little bit too far. Xin Zhao, and by himself, able to save Jace, but sacrifices himself in return. Graves and Thresh over that wall. Blue buff just spawned. If blue team knows that buff spawned, they might actually go for it, or instead go for the dragon. They have already cleaned out the wards. Purple team doesn't know that they're doing it. Oh, they do have vision on the switch, so they're pretty sure it's happening, but it's gonna be cleaned out by blue team, and it looks like it's gonna be an uncontested or a free dragon to blue team. They might actually try to engage on this duo bot, but it's not gonna happen. They're gonna just take it and go. The advantage. Blue team.
Yeah, I'm very surprised they actually didn't push mid there, because, you know, they had the opportunity. So,
oh,
you know,
and Renekton being taken extremely low. The feast onto him, not immediately killing him, but Cho'Gath is able to take that kill. Top lane, blue team further just cascading. Oh, Diana taking extreme low. She is gonna flash away, but I'm not sure she's gonna get away from this. Jace, the range for him, just too much. Jace gets a kill. Purple team not out of this yet. 3k gold down, but still able to apply pressure on the map. Leona going all in on this bot lane. How aggressive is this blue team every fight? Ran out of breath here.
As I was saying, I was very surprised that they didn't try and push that middle turret. They had, you know, they could have pushed that turret, applied the pressure, and then gone and taken the dragon. But here we see the ping going down for Purple team. We see the Jace coming around through the tri-bush, coming through the lane. We see the death sentence missing. Twitch trying to go out. We see the box go down. Jace comes in and just blowing up that Twitch, then pushing out the Leona, trying to go in on her. Switching to the rain form, getting down that damage reduction. We see the acceleration gate come down. Hopefully they can get onto her. And again with the death sentence again.
Ooh. And we just see Leona just walk away from the fight. All the skill shots, the shock blast, the death sentence, just completely missing her. She flashed out of range for it. Leona doing a great escape there. Twitch overextending a little bit too much. There was no ward in that middle river in their wraith, on their wraith ramp to know that Jace was going to sneak around there. The only ward being at dragon area. Jace using a marvelous technique to walk around. They engage on that bot lane from Leona, and Diana just going to pick up that kill in response to that gank.
And, you know, this was something that I was really happy to see between the Jace and Deanna. There are two very highly mobile champions, so I was really intrigued to see how these lanes would play out. I was almost, you know, expecting them to kind of, you know, to go between top and bottom to really, you know, get in their lanes and try and win basically the other lanes for them. You know, with Jace between, you know, all of his switching off of the stances and the acceleration gate can move very fast. But also, Deanna, once she hits 6, you know, has those...
it looks like Twitch is going to go on to Jace. They are going to dive him. It looks like it. Nasus and Diana going in the back lane, but Twitch is able to solo him by himself. Just a monster already. 6-2. 13 seconds into the game. Whew. Oh, and just blue team being extremely aggressive, taking the first map objective, besides Dragon, for themselves. Xin Zhao once again going a little bit too far. He is in there by himself, and the Twitch able to get up the stacks he needs, taking out that jungler. Diana and Leona going bot lane onto this duo bot. It looks like Thresh is going to try to save his carry, and he is going to be able to, but he's probably going to die in a bad position in between the support and the mid player. Twitch going up to Graves from behind. Are they going to dive him? They don't actually have the wave yet. Diana is clearing it. And Twitch farming past that first tower. Graves not wanting to engage. Besides, Twitch being completely alone. The engage from Leona under the tower, the stun, and the carry follow up, but they're a little bit out of range. Leona taking a little bit more than she should have. And then Jace coming up to clean up. Twitch is going to go down. Is he going to keep chasing? I'm not sure he wants to. He actually knocks Leona away, choosing not to engage. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go. He's gonna go and chase onto this Leona. Is he gonna be able to get to this? He is gonna be able to kill it, but he's gonna die to Diana in return. I'm not sure that was worth it. This tower will go down after losing 2 of the carries. Oh, but no, Xin Zhao comes in and he will be able to keep Diana away. What do you think was going on? What was going in the blue team's mind? They just wanted. Do you think that was a good idea to try to dive for the Graves, despite him being already 0-2 before that fight?
I think it was a good deal, good idea. They had 3 there. They had the Leona, who she doesn't care if she dies. With the 4 different, or the 3 different forms of CC, that she can lay down. That Graves was going to die. I just think it was very unfortunate that the Jace came in when he did, to kind of play cleanup a little bit. I definitely think it was worth it for them. While the Twitch has died, like the more gold that he gets fed. If you look at who died in the fight, I'm sure it was carry for carry. But as far as anything else, that was definitely good for them.
And we just see a lot of just pressure all over the map. Leona actually getting caught out a little bit here. I'm not sure they actually wanted to engage Leona despite her being so far out of position and without a flash. I'm not sure they kept a timer on that. Diana also a little bit out of position. She is going to be grabbed by the death sentence, but there is no engage on the carriers. They aren't in a position to help. Graves far out of it, throwing a smoke screen in there, but Leona is able to jump over the wall onto that Thresh. Not the greatest choice, but Purple Team does have to make some plays to recover from their deficit that they have now. About actually exactly 6k gold, or yeah, 6k gold, slightly a little bit over that, but rounded down 6k gold to the
Yeah, definitely. And, we kind of see this is where the poke game comes in from Purple Team that we were kind of looking for, to keep them off that turrets. But
they engage onto this Jace. They're gonna jump in, all in, but Diana's gonna go down. Jace is gonna go down. Xin Zhao being taken out. Graves all alone, but Nasus and Leona cannot chase them under tower. They used up all their skills to take out the other 2, but they are gonna go ahead and try to take this mid tower. Cho'Gath already taking that top tower. Renekton leaving lane, choosing to give it away. Go for this Nasus instead. The CC, the stun, the death sentence, and the 3-on-1. Purple Team will pick up another kill. Not really worth it in the end for that tower, but I'm not sure there's anything Renekton could do to stop the Cho'Gath from taking it. And
no, definitely.
And Twitch being left all in his bot lane. The AD carry was not in either of those fights. In the bot lane, pushing by himself, able to secure a 2nd tier turret. That makes 4 towers and this will be the 2nd dragon for the blue team. Just securing that global gold.
I think that's while they are getting the kills to stay ahead, I really think it's these dragons that's that's helping them to really stay ahead and really secure that lead. That 190 gold that goes out to everyone, is definitely a huge help, especially when they've got both dragons of this game.
Ooh. It looks as though Jace is a little bit out of position, but they know Twitch is following up behind him. He does get a shock blast onto him. Twitch is able to land that casket, but he's not going to engage. Both of the carriers want to fight here, but I'm not sure that they would actually win. 4 of the Purple Team is here. Renekton in that top lane, but every other player around in that area. Renekton actually heading down. It looks like they want to engage. They are bringing their top laner down into this mid area. Not a lot of wardage in this top river from the blue team, so I'm not sure they know. They can kind of figure it out. He had left lane. There is a ward going to be put down from Diana after Renekton leaves that lane. we're gonna see a lot of chess basically going on here as both teams try to position themselves for the best engage that they can get. Purple team needing a little bit more than blue team, being so far behind. Twitch being over 4K in gold ahead of Graves already. Only 21 minutes in. That IE and a Phantom Answer completed items. Well, Graves, all he has finished right now are his level 2 boots.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of I believe it's one of those situations where he just got so far behind in lane that, you know, it's taken him you know, probably a solid 10 minutes to really even farm up that BF sword. But here we see that they're kind of looping around.
Jace being a little bit caught out here at that blue buff. They are going to jump on him. The ward coverage from blue team a little bit too good. Zenith Blade not quite reaching Xin Zhao, but the Lunar Rush going in from this Diana. They are going to go ahead and die for it. Thresh also being taken out, going out to try to save his jungler, but it's not going to be enough. The tower and the slow, the flash away, and it's not going to be able to pick up anything for that kill. Oh, Graves actually grouping in the back, taking out Diana, but he is going to be engaged on. I'm not sure they can get him. The cleanse going up and saving Graves, picking up that mid laner right after that fight. Not exactly worth it though. They lost 3 for 1. And a tower.
And now that tower is going to go down, so, you know, that's really a big fault for them. You know, was it worth it with the 3? You had the 3 deaths plus a tower, plus they might be able to get this next tower too, so.
The harder engages from Leona just jumping in. So much aggression from blue team. How do you think purple team should respond in order to recover from this deficit? The flash in from Renekton. He is going to go ahead and jump onto the tank. I'm not sure this is a great idea. Twitch is in the back. It's completely being ignored. He's just going to lay on the damage. The spray and pray. No, spray and pray not going up. Just taking out people in the back. Xin Zhao taking extremely low. Everyone's still ignoring Twitch. Renekton actually finally jumping onto him, but everybody's just going to go down to him. He's going to flash away, and Renekton cannot keep up. The peels. Ooh, and Twitch looks like he's going to get away. He's actually going to come back and possibly jump onto this Renekton from behind. Point blank range, maybe? And he is going to go in and throw the cast it, but slice and dice, making him escape away. Graves actually going to be taken down as Renekton actually leaves the fight, leaving his AD carry to die.
I'm not too surprised about that. Wholesale is definitely I know that's one thing. He is not afraid to leave his teammates behind if he knows the team is going to not going to go in his favor. You talked earlier about what can purple teams do to prevent against this aggression, and I would honestly say they need to. I feel like they really need to work on their disengage. You know, you have the Thresh Flay. I think with for something, if you just have the Thresh Flay and you have the Jace E, you know, you knock 2 of those people away who dive in. Then as soon as that Leona goes in, if that Jace wants to just knock her right out, you know, she can't really do much. You know, after that, you know, that Zenith Blade cooldown is going to be up. The most she can do is ult. So, you know, you're almost forcing them to really make that hard engage. I'm just very surprised to see, you know, that was in their own base, and, you know, that was still went down as much as it was. I'm very surprised they didn't just, you know, try to disengage, try and run back to their fountain. You know, sure, they might have lost the tower, but at least they could have saved the inhibitor and won the team fight.
And just Thresh being picked out once again. Twitch just having so much damage. He is now 11k gold, 25 minutes in, up over 6k onto this Graves, having 11 kills and only 3 deaths. Not actually dying in the last team fight because of the Renekton choosing to escape rather than try to provide that little extra damage that Graves needed to take out the Twitch before he died.
Definitely, we see them coming in, trying to go on. We see the crisis wave going down, but not very much. You see the tower is going down. If you just notice, that Twitch took a lot of damage just from that EQ combo.
And you see the engage going onto this purple team. They can't really do anything. Graves being caught out here. He's going to be Z-displayed and shut down from the feast. Oh, but Twitch is finally taken down from the purple team in a major fight before any of the others. Oh, they finally focused down. Renekton jumping in, but he doesn't have any carries. Jace already gone down. Graves already gone down. What is he going to do? Jumping in there by himself. Xin Zhao coming in. He's going to try to save his support. He actually throws Lantern, but it's not anywhere close enough to save Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao's going to go down. And Zonya's resetting that tower aggro. A great play by NWO. Oh, and Thresh can't really do anything without his team. Graves will be up in 5 seconds, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to save this, as both Nexus towers are going to go down, and it looks as if Team XsV is going to take the second win of the day for themselves.
Definitely, I think their high aggression obviously paid off, and you know, just push these teams to win those crucial team fights.
How do you think the fights could have gone better for Purple Team? Like, where was the moment where they definitively lost this game, or what could they improve to have a better shot?
I think I feel like maybe it was really, I feel like their jungler could have ganked a lot more. You know, you had Nasus was there all the time. He was there like every single lane when he needed to be. Their bot lane just got shut down very hard with that Twitch Leona combo. So maybe something on that could have helped. And here we actually see the Renekton catching out the Leona with the Ruthless Plunder into Ignite. But then the Twitch turns around and takes out the Jace.
I think Blue Team is dragging this game out a little bit too far. The Nexus was incredibly low. It was it was actually less than 1,000, but Cho'Gath chose to run rather than keep autoing it. This Purple Team did spawn, but I do believe they could have taken out the Nexus before any sort of major fight. Purple Team retreating. They're gonna have to play extremely turtle if they're gonna try to keep trying to win this game. Just so much pressure gone, so much pressure onto their base now that they don't have any turrets actually protecting the main objective of the game, kill the Nexus.
Something I'd like to point out here, just very slightly. Let's look at Deanna on NWO. He now has a Magi's and a Sword of the Occult on top of his Zonia's Haunting Guys and Fiendish Codex. I don't know if we sense a little bit of trolling going on here, or I mean, he has no stacks on either. So I'm very interested to see how that turns out. We also see the Hextech. Oh, we see him. I was just about to point out the Hextech revolver on Twitch, but he sold it and now has picked up a Spirit Stone and a longsword. Looks like he's going for that Spirit of the Lizard Elder.
Despite not having Twitch in the air, it looks like Blue Team is being extremely aggressive in their positioning. Diana just walking out there, trying to land some crescents, maybe jump in on somebody. The Purple Team not actually having a lot of wards besides that one ward at their blue buff, which is not up. They don't exactly know where Blue Team is, and they don't really want to engage on the carries, despite Diana being so far out of position and having snowball items with no stacks.
Yeah, here we see them going for that Baron. Purple Team having no idea. They've de-warded all around. So it looks like this is going to be a free Baron for them, which is just going to increase that gold lead. I mean, if you look at it now, we're at 53.7 to 37.4. You know, absolutely ridiculous. That's 16k gold lead.
And the pings to retreat coming down as Twitch is going to go back and spend that 1k gold that he has. And Diana actually doesn't even care, jumping onto that Thresh. His top laner in his jungle behind him, but his AD carry not exactly there. But Purple Team doesn't really want to fight, not really knowing where that Twitch is, despite having a pink ward at that entrance in the mid lane.
Definitely. It's almost a little bit of a slap in the face here. You know, you see the Spirit of the Lizard Elder on Twitch. We see the double stacks on Deanna. They're almost just, you know, they're obviously dragging this game out. But we obviously see them go in, and we see a huge fight happening right now. The Xin Zhao getting taken down. Leona going on the Fresh. We see the box come out. Nasus is going on that Jace. We see Twitch coming in, taking out that Renekton, but he's just sitting there, and he's just ripping through everyone. Getting the double kill, and it looks like they're going to finish it. Nexus going down.
Twitch dying to that turret. And Renekton getting the kill despite having died so many seconds ago. Blue Team diving for that Jace. And they are able to get him with that beast from Cho'Gath. And the
inhibitor comes up just in time for them not to win.
Great timing from that inhibitor, saving the game for another 5 seconds. And Thresh will be the first to spawn, Graves soon to follow after. I'm not sure they can save this. Xin Zhao up, but completely ignoring the Blue Team. He's trying to clear out those super minions. They're doing a substantial amount of damage in and of itself. Purple Team, 3-member spawn, but they're not able to take down the tanky players of Blue Team. And the Nexus will go down. XsV taking the second win of the day.